In this video, we'll discuss setting up an SD card for recording with your M20d mixer. The mixer's built-in recording ability is a quick and easy way to capture all of your performances with a minimum of effort. The first thing to do when you first turn on your M20d is to save a setup. A setup is necessary both for saving recordings and for saving scenes, so it's good to have one ready to go. So press the Setup button in the upper left-hand corner, and a drop box will open that allows you to save and load setups. So just press Save to start the process, and then confirm by clicking OK. Once back, click Save again. And since your setup is essentially blank at this point, you can just save it with the default name, or you can add your own if you want. And now your blank setup will show up in the list. Now we can set up your card by pressing the Record button. That'll open the recording window, and in the upper left corner, press Select Session button. And a drop box will open with a list of your folders. If you're using a newly formatted card like we are here, it'll be blank at this point. Press the Select Recording Folder button. You can see my card's named DB. It now shows in the box. So I select it by pressing on it and then click OK. And that will open up the root and show the folders that are contained on the card. Don't worry if yours look different. These are just housekeeping folders that are created when the card is formatted with a Mac. Press the New Folder button to create a new folder in which to store your recordings, and give it a title. Then press OK, and one more OK to get back. You now can see the folder in which you're going to store your recordings. So back at the main record screen, we need to tell the mixer what we want to record. Pushing the arrow in the status window drops a box that gives us those choices. We can record both the inputs and the main output, the inputs only, or the mains only. And here are some options depending on what you wish to record and your card's capability. Your SD card must be a Class 10 or faster and must be formatted as FAT32. Using FAT32, we have a 4 gig max file size, which is what the record times are based on. So for my recording, I'm selecting inputs only by pressing on it. And now back to the main screen. I just press record, and my inputs will show up on the screen, and we're now in record mode. When you've completed your song, just hit the stop button. And now you'll see that your recording shows up as a recording in the session list. When you're ready to record again, just press the record button and a new recording will begin. You'll see it as recording number 2 in the upper left-hand corner. So again, hit stop when you've completed your song. As you continue to make recordings, you will continue to populate the session list. Very important. When you are done recording, go back and save your current setup again, as it will be necessary to reload this setup to get the recordings to properly play back should you want to play them in the mixer. And when you put the SD card back in your computer, you'll see a screen that looks something like this. And if you open any of the individual takes, you'll see a list of the individual WAV files. Just import these into your DAW and you'll be ready to mix them down anytime you want. So remember, you must create a setup in which to operate. Save your setup after each session. Use a Class 10 card that is formatted as FAT32. Now just plugging in your mics and using auto trim, you should get perfect recordings every time.